It's not that the price of a Thanksgiving dinner costs consumers an arm and a leg, or a drumstick and a wing if you prefer, because all of the traditional items served in a Thanksgiving dinner have been specially priced in food stores for the past week. Still, though, consumers can see a price difference.
Have you found, though, that Thanksgiving dinner is certainly costing you more and more every year?
Oh, yes.
Well, of course, everything is high.
You're finding that your Thanksgiving dinner is getting more and more expensive each year?
Oh, sure. Yeah, compared to 5 years ago.
But if your memory is not so good, here is the blatant evidence. A grocery store price advertisement of then and now. In November 1970, Thanksgiving turkey was specially priced at 29 cents a pound. Today, at the same store, that turkey can be bought for 37 cents a pound. 5 cans of cranberry sauce could be bought for $1 11 years ago. You can get 3 cans for that price today. Canned yams, 4 for $1 then, 59 cents a can in 1981. Frozen pies, 49 cents in 1970. Frozen pies, 99 cents today. From the produce section then, celery, 5 cents a stalk, yams, 7 cents. And here are those prices today. There's something in this price advertisement that we found had not changed over the years. The picture of the lady holding the turkey. Here she is then, and here she is today. Same dress, same hairstyle, same Happy Thanksgiving smile. Mike Era, Cool News 10.
It may not look like it, but there's a war being waged in the skies across America. But the battles aren't being fought plane to plane. Instead, the enemies are slugging it out on the ground, counter to counter. It's a price war, and so far the customers are winning every skirmish.
We're offering a program that would allow a customer to travel round trip to any of our cities on the American Airlines system, domestic cities that is, for as little as $179 or less during the day or $159 or less at night on a round trip ticket purchase.
Some of the fares that are being offered are as much as 60% less than normal fares. That's great for the passengers, but for the airlines, they represent a real economic gamble.
The airlines might be suffering a little bit because it has to be costly to offer these discounted prices unless we can fill the planes up.
The fares are intended to stimulate additional travel, and if they do not accomplish that, we definitely would lose money.
American Airlines will have to fly its airplanes between 70 and 75% full just to break even. But for now, the gamble seems to be paying off.
We have experienced a buildup in business. Our Saturday fares, what we call a Saturday special, has created a lot of business on Saturday. Our advance purchase fares, it's giving the people a chance to take a vacation within the U.S. and enjoy some of our own markets.
It was about this time 3 years ago that the valley woke up to the destruction of flooding. There had been floods before, of course, but the one that hit in December of '78, followed by an even worse flood in 1980, convinced state and local officials that the valley had too many people and not enough flood control. Since then, the rivers have been mostly dry, but construction crews have been busy building bridges across those rivers that won't give way to flood waters.
We would have 9 new bridges, which would be capable of handling as much flow as the peak flow that we had in February of '80, plus the 3 existing bridges at Mill Avenue, I-10, and Central Avenue.
Not all the bridges are being shored up. Phoenix City engineers say the 7th Avenue Bridge could not withstand a major flood, but funds just aren't available to strengthen it. Funds are available for Maricopa County bridges, thanks to a bond issue. 15 new county bridges, like this one at Alma School Road, are scheduled for construction during the next 2 years. Meanwhile, the County Flood Control District is working on a number of projects to hold back or divert flood waters, but only up to a point.
You can't ever protect against everything, so it simply comes down to a matter of basic fact. We will see floods that are so great that they will exceed the design capacity of the facilities that we're building. But it won't be often, and you may have several generations, many generations, go by that don't see those, but it will happen.
But overall, the valley is becoming much more prepared for flooding than it was in 1978. Just the same, it's the kind of preparation that nobody hopes ever has to be put to the ultimate test. In Mesa, John Kane, Cool News 10.
Asked if they plan to buy a newly constructed home within a year, 22% of the nearly 200 people who responded to the survey said no chance. But 27% said definitely yes or very probably they would become new homeowners. It was the 7th such survey conducted for Phoenix Magazine Publishing Company. Researchers who carried out the study told a group of home builders this morning the public seems willing for the first time to accept interest rates above 12%.
The 13–14% range now becomes a very viable range. We also find out that the people who are most likely to buy in the next year actually rank interest rates 15% as being fairly acceptable to them.
Those who were certain about buying a new home were usually young, people who currently rent, or who've owned a home for less than 3 years. And anticipating another rise in housing prices, they usually looked upon a new home as a good investment. Home builders seemed encouraged by the study.
There's a lot of information in there that would indicate that the housing market is not dead and that there is a pent-up demand, and we will see a return of the housing business here in Phoenix.
As for when financing will become affordable for potential buyers, no one is certain. With current interest rates at about 16.5% for FHA and 17% for conventional loans, one thing seems sure. The housing industry will continue to suffer until those rates come down by at least a few points. In Paradise Valley, Kim Hawkins, Cool News 10.
Very competitively priced. Yeah, 128. A lot of the same architecture as the basic system. $22.95 for the 48K with one drive.
Truth is that whether we understand them or not, computers fascinate us. At a computer show like this one in Phoenix, thousands of people gather to gaze at the latest technological breakthroughs. The most often asked question, what'll it do? The usual answer, well, that depends. Most often, it depends on a meticulously detailed set of instructions known as a computer program, or in computer lingo as software. Without that set of instructions, a computer is much like the mind of a small child, full of potential, but lacking in knowledge. You can feed knowledge, a program, into your computer through the keyboard, but you have to know its language. And even then, the task can be tedious and often frustrating, which is probably why most computer users today would just as soon have the pre-packaged programs on magnetic tapes or discs. They're fairly easy to load. Their prices can range from just a few dollars for a game to several $100s for a true business program. But when matched to your needs in the right computer, they can teach you to type, challenge you to a game of chess, balance your books, take you to a penny arcade, or bring a research library into your living room. So important is software that most of the experts we interviewed urge new buyers to pick their software first to meet their needs, and then select a computer that'll run it.
Hardware, computer hardware, is like a mannequin in a department store window. It's sitting there. And software is the clothing on the mannequin. And I can dress up the mannequin as a soldier or a sailor or a whatever I want. And when you walk by the department store window, you don't see the mannequin. You see the clothes on the mannequin, and that forms an image. That's the interface between you and the mannequin, is the clothing around it. That's what you see and work with.
As for choosing the right computer, most experts we interviewed advised avoiding the latest razzle-dazzle.
You know, I've often said, he who buys on the cutting edge of technology shall be sacrificed upon it. You don't have to be buying the latest whiz-bang. The real question is, does the product you see do the job you wish to do at the price you wish to pay?
So how do you choose? Well, knowledgeable friends and local computer dealers can get you started. And if you need more information, your best resource is microcomputer magazines. There are over 24 magazines now catering strictly to personal computer users. Users whose numbers are expected to reach the 5 million mark by 1985. Bert Kennedy, Cool News 10.
Swimming pools, bright blue oases that dot the brown desert landscape throughout the valley. Swimming pools are indeed a popular product in the Phoenix area, and consequently the pool business here is a lucrative one. But it appears now that the swimming pool industry is enjoying success on a national scale as well. That's what 10,000 delegates from 2,900 companies around the world are saying at the National Spa and Pool Institute convention going on in Phoenix. While high prices and high interest rates have nearly crippled home and automobile sales, the pool industry is experiencing the opposite. Because homeowners are finding it difficult to sell their homes, they are remodeling and improving them instead.
Swimming pools haven't gone up in relation to the economy as other things have. And they haven't gone up for a number of reasons. One of them being that competition has become much keener. And keen competition brings prices into the areas that they ought to be. And physical fitness is on the minds and in the habits of so many people. And swimming pools is number one in physical fitness. Swimming pools, we think, are going to replace jogging.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is barely 7 o'clock and still dark out when 25-year-old Karen Gabbard boards the bus near 39th Avenue in Dunlap to head for work. She has to change buses downtown and faces an hour and 45-minute commute. But that doesn't seem to get Karen down. She spends the time organizing a serenade for other passengers as they get on.
Everybody turn out there in the back.
Karen can't see the faces of those she greets. She is blind, but her face is always warm and friendly. Some of her fellow passengers ask her how she can be so cheerful so early in the morning.
I don't know. 5 a.m. is happy hour for me.
Not everyone joins Karen's morning chorus, but her numbers are slowly growing.
I've been riding the bus going on 4 weeks now, and I started singing along yesterday. We get some who give you the weirdest looks like, huh? And then we get some that are really grouchy. They love to complain.
Most of those who don't join in seem to appreciate the greeting, even though it's not always sung on key.
I think it's beautiful, and my day always goes much better when I ride this Good Morning bus. You know that? It does.
All I can say is that anybody who hasn't ridden this bus to work hasn't really lived.
Kim Hawkins, Cool News 10.